Hey everybody, thanks for joining us today. So this is part 2 of our trip to Northeast Oregon, and what you see behind me are the Elkhorn Mountains. Now these are very special geologically here in Oregon. So originally, these were all part of an archipelago back during the Jurassic period when this was actually an ocean in here. Now since then, the land has risen, Oregon has rotated, and those islands are now mountains. But we're going to be heading over to this region. We're heading up to a very special place to do some metal detecting. So let's head up there and I'll show you where we're going. All right, so we found our first target here amongst these flattened dredge piles, and it's a piece of lead. Little flattened piece of lead, probably a 22, but it picked it up. So we're gonna keep working through this dredge area. They flattened down some tailings, so I'm gonna go over here and see if I can find some that aren't flattened. Otherwise, we'll go more on this side and see. But I am liking that all of this has been flattened, because if there's a gold nugget in the middle of a tailings, we don't want it in the middle. We want it spread out where we can find it. So let's keep hunting and see what we can find. I love this. Look at all those tailings. Monuments. Beautiful, beautiful monuments. So much soil brought up by the dredges, and they could have gone so much further down the valley. All right, so we are heading out of town. We got down on the lower tailings. We're now working our way up to go explore Cracker Creek. Now, we just also explored the dredge, and that's going to be a separate video. But behind me is something special. Now, in 1899, Sumter made its first bank, and the bank was where I am standing. But in 1917, the town had a catastrophic fire, and the whole town burned down. The bank burned down with it, but the one thing that was left was the original vault. This was the vault that they held the gold in. And you can see some fake gold in there, but the heat was actually enough to actually heat temper this metal. You can see the heat damage, and you can still even see some of the charcoal up on top from the original rafters. But this is a pretty cool piece of history to show you guys. If you ever get a chance to come up here to Sumter, I highly recommend seeing this. The decoration inside of here is still there, and who knows how much longer it's going to be around. So I would check this out for sure if you come through town. Let's explore granite for a minute. So we're up in the granite area exploring around, and we are at the Granite Cemetery, and it's pretty cool. There's some old tombstones here, usually people dying in the late 1800s, early 1900s. But I wanted to show you one in particular that we were kind of giggling about, not to be disrespectful, but poor old Jack Marsh here. They redid his stone and wrote what was on it. Jack Marsh, killed by a horse. Well, fuck that horse. Duncan MacDonald, burned to death. Thomas Eagleton, murdered. Damn, sorry, dude. So this is Blake. And Blake is one of us. He is a miner, and he was killed at the Golden Monarch Mine. We'll look that up and try to find some information on that. The Golden Monarch Mine. That's got to be close by. Got himself a nice caged in area, and you can see that they had originally lined it with stone. So he must have been pretty well liked. So what you see behind me here is actually the original drugstore for the little ghost town of Granite. Now, I can't really call it a ghost town. There is about a dozen people living up here, And it seems like most of them actually have mining operations on around here because of the equipment they have on their properties. So way to go, people here in Granite. But I just thought I'd show you this cool old building. My buddy had a really good point that it would be great to be able to metal detect underneath that. So maybe we'll take a quick peek. It's literally shuttered. So this was the general store of Granite, and you can see that it's still being used. They've still got some nice wood out here for burning and keeping it warm. So while looking around, I actually found what I believe is part of an old crucible. Now that is cool. I can see some of the heat damage to the bottom. Wow, that's a nice little piece of history to have right there. All right, guys, thanks for joining me today. So it was great taking you guys down and trying out that metal detector down on the tailings. Now, unfortunately, we didn't find any nuggets, but we did find some lead, which means that that machine is really tuned into that little stuff. We got to see the dredge, which was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. That is going to be a separate video, and you guys have probably already seen that, so I'll leave a link right here for that. We went up to Granite, checked out that area. I actually found a beautiful piece of float quartz, and I will include a photo of that right here. And we went up and explored some area, and I got to see an area of land. I'm not sure where exactly, but there are a couple of claims up there that I have gained access to. Within the last hour, I gained access to a couple of claims, which was pretty cool. So we're going to be coming back up here in May and checking those out. But tomorrow I'm going to be going to one more place. So if you guys liked the video, give it a like, subscribe down below, hit the bell notification so that you know when my videos are coming out, because I am doing a whole series on Northeast Oregon right now. So there will be another video coming up after this. And until next time, guys, bye.